My name is Jesus Garcia, and this is Vocabulary 2.2, Practice 1. The first word is advertisement. Part of a speech is a noun. An example: I found an ad for an apartment on the internet. Apartment is a noun. An example: my apartment has 2 bedrooms. Appliance is a noun. An example: I just bought a new appliance for my kitchen. Balcony is a noun. An example: I love to watch the sunset on my balcony. Cable is a noun. An example: I have TV, but I don't have cable, so we just match movies. Ceiling is a noun. An example: I paint the ceiling white to match the walls. Commercial is adjective. An example is I work in a commercial part of the city. Community is a noun. An example is I spend a lot of time at my community center. Then is a noun. An example is my apartment is a 1 bedroom plus of then. Deposit is a noun. An example: you always have to pay a deposit when singing on the list. Details is a noun. An example: there are so many details we need to discuss before buying the home. Dishwasher is a noun. An example: I have a dishwasher to wash dishes is very convenient. District is a noun. An example: our school is located on the business district of the city. Dryer is a noun. An example: the dryer runs for 60 minutes. Electricity is a noun. An example: electricity is getting more expensive every year. Entertain is a verb. An example: I enjoy entertaining guests in my home. Entertainment is a noun. An example: the entertainment district is a quite noisy at night. Facilities is a noun. An example: my friend's apartment has a great facilities like a gym and pool. Factory is a noun. An example: industrial areas have got lot of factories. Factory is a noun and verb. And example: the building features a beautiful garden and swimming pool. Furnished is an adjective. An example: I furnish apartment cost a lot of rent. Furniture. The furniture is a noun. An example is I bought a lot of furniture at IKEA. Housing is a noun. And the example is a student's housing is usually pretty cheap. Industrial is an adjective. And the example is there is a paper factory in the industrial part of town. Jacuzzi and hot tub is a noun. And the example is the facilities in my building include a pool and hot tub. Landlord is a noun. And the example is the manager of apartments is usually called the landlord. Lease is a noun and verb. And the example is I have to sign on 1 year lease for my apartment. Lively is an adjective. And the example is this area of town is not very lively during the weekends. Located is an adjective. And the example is my house is located 20 minutes outside of the city. Neighborhood is a noun. And the example is my neighborhood makes too much noise. Neighborhood is a noun. And there are many places to get food in my neighborhood. Real estate agent and realtor is a noun, and the example is my real estate agent introduced me to a great 2-bedroom apartment. Refrigerator and fridge is a noun, and the example is our refrigerator is empty, so I'm going to go to shopping. Residential is an adjective, and the example is my home is in a residential part of the city. Roommate is a noun, and the example is my roommate is a quite clean and tidy. Rural is an adjective, and the example is rural areas usually have a lot of farms. Sauna is a noun, and the example is a great way to relax into the city in the sauna for 15 minutes. Sink is a noun, and the example is you can find the garbage can under the sink in the most houses. Spacious is adjective, and the example is I prefer apartments that are big and spacious. Story is a noun, and the example is I live on the second story of my building. Stove is a noun, and the example is I prefer gas stoves over electric ones. Studio, an apartment, is a noun, and the example is in a studio apartment, the bedroom and the living room are together. Suite is a noun, and the example is I live in a 2-bedroom suite. Tenant is a noun, and the example is if you rent an apartment, you are a tenant. Transportation is a noun, and the example is the public transportation in my city is very convenient. Unfurnished is an adjective, and the example is I prefer unfurnished apartments because like my furniture. Utilities is a noun, and the example is I pay about $300 on a month for utilities and internet, phone, gas, and electricity. View is a noun, and the example is my living room has an amazing view of the city. Washing machine is a noun, and the example is the washing machine in my building cost $1.50 to use. And waterfront is a noun, and the example is New York has a beautiful waterfront. Thank you.